Hello, my friends. It's the Crypto Lunatic. And as Bitcoin breaks the $100,000 mark again, what can you expect? So, this is a channel for crypto newbies. It's not for the degens. Degens know what they're doing, or at least they think they do. But this is for people that are new to the crypto space. So, I'm going to tell you what you can expect next. What you can expect next. And the short version is expect nothing, expect nothing. But I'm going to take you on a journey because institutions have got into crypto and they got in crypto early. And also the regulars, the people that are crypto natives, they got in early. And so they're already sitting on decent amounts of profits. So next stage is when retail enter the space. Now, retail generally do very poorly through entering at this stage in the market. And they generally come in because their friend has recommended that they come in and they've told them that they've made money on this coin and that coin. And the tendency is to jump on the pumps. So when the prices are going up, you just jump in, think, oh, look, it's gone up 30% today. I'll just put some money in. And then you wake up tomorrow and it's down 20%. So I'm going to tell you what to expect. This is a very basic guide for crypto newbies. And I'm also going to show you how to anticipate what's coming next or how to get in before the pump starts. Because crypto is like popcorn. Different narratives have different times in the market. And the game for people new to the space isn't to jump in when things are pumping up. It's to find stuff before it pumps. And I'm going to show you how in this video. I'm going to show you how. So join me, my friend, on a little journey, and I'll give you very, very basic tools of how to start looking for the cryptos that could explode. So before I go into this, I believe there's two schools of thought here. So, firstly, there's a school of thought that thinks this is the final pump. It's what's called a blow off top, where people enter the space, liquidity is high, the seasonal investors take their profit, and then we go into a bear market. The other belief is that we're about to enter the parabolic stage of a bull market. Now, based on global liquidity, that seems like a reasonable narrative. But again, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just here as a reporter commenting on what I'm seeing in the crypto space. And you have to make up your own mind. And you absolutely have to do your own research, which is why I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm not just going to talk about pump this, jump in this coin. I'm going to show you how to do a little bit of baseline research so that you can anticipate the next big pump, my friend. So join me on a journey. So let us start here at CoinMarketCap and look, we see the magical point of over 100,000. Now we've been over 100,000 before and then had a savage trip back down. So bear that in mind. So we look. Now these are the top coins. These are the top 100 coins. So what's happening today in the top 100 coins? We go for 24 hours and we see, look, it's meme coin season. Pepe has absolutely shot up. Now, Pepe has had a massive, massive retrace, and it has been at roughly double this price at the peak. But look, what we see in the top 100 is that the top two are meme coins gone up in a single day. And this is why people in retail get into crypto because they go to their mates and say, look, I invested yesterday and I've got 46% back already in a single day. This is why people go into crypto. Now, if you are going into crypto, expect that going down as well. What crypto natives do, and I had a Pepe position that was massively up and I watched it absolutely plummet. But I didn't panic because I knew that this day would come. I knew that this day would come. A lot of people didn't. Some people didn't, but I suspected it would. And we see this is the potential of crypto, what it can do. Now let's go with 7 days. See, and we see again two meme coins at the top two. So we're clearly in meme season at the moment. Now we'll go back into that later. And these are the top tier cryptos. But let's take you into a journey. So this is DeFi Llama, DeFiLlama.com, so that you can do your research. And what we're going to look at first, let's go here. So DeFi Llama, and what this is about total value locked. This is mean how much money is locked into crypto. And what we've seen here, look, it started to pump up. It's gone from here on the 12th of April, $88 billion to today, 9th of May, $109 billion. That's a massive leap, my friends. A lot of money has gone into crypto. Now, crypto's a risk-on asset. The economy is in a state, and people have money on the sidelines, and they're looking to find a place to put it because money doing nothing is money losing spending power. And this is why the volatile world of crypto is a very appealing place for some people, for people with a higher risk profile. So let's now look, we see the total value locked in 24 hours has gone up 10% in 24 hours across all chains. So where's the real money going at the moment in the last 24 hours? Let's look. Now, what we've seen, Ethereum has been absolutely hammered so far. It's been hammered, but we see in Ethereum, look, almost 20% in 24 hours. It seems like Ethereum is doing a little bit of okay. Solana, almost 8%. Bitcoin, now here's the litmus test. So Bitcoin's seen just over 5% rise. So there's our litmus test. Anything above that is good. Anything below that, not so good. We see Binance Smart Chain roughly the same as Bitcoin. Tron, just under Bitcoin. Base, well above Bitcoin. So Base is looking like a place. And this is only in 24 hours. So you don't read too much into 24 hours. We want longer. We want a longer time frame. But this just shows you where the immediate money. So if you're looking for quick gains, these are the sort of stats you want to look at. So Arbitrum doing okay. Sui doing okay. Berachain, stay away. Stay away from Berachain. That's not doing okay. Avalanche doing okay. Aptos the same. Sonic above average. And Hyperliquid above average. So most chains are doing well, except for Berachain, according to this, in the last 24 hours. But this is just a single metric. Now on DeFi Llama, there's all sorts of things that you can look in. Total value locked is a good one, but we also want to look at DEX volume. Let's take that off. This is decentralized exchange. This means how many people are trading crypto at the moment. Now you see round about here on the 17th of Jan when the market was pumping, it was right up there. Then it had a slump, and now it seems to be moving in the right direction again. Now, could we have a pullback? Yes, we absolutely could have a pullback. In fact, you're always going to get pullbacks in crypto. You'll always hear people saying buy the dip, which is why I'm going to suggest on a day like today. Now, yes, tomorrow you might wake up and there might be more gains, but never chase a pump. It would be a terrible day to go into Pepe, I would say. Might be a better day to go into something like, let's click the opposite of this. I don't know. So Nexo, for example, because as more money comes in, Nexo could do well. So this would possibly be a good entry point on something like that. Now, I use Nexo, so I can say that it's a solid exchange. And I'm telling you transparently that I do have a Nexo account so that I'm not accused of pumping my bag. Absolutely. And my positions are so small, folks, that it's hardly going to be life-changing whether it pumps or not. But I do like to comment on it. So all of these, sort of the exchange tokens, didn't do so well. Let's take it over the last 7 days. So you can see the narratives that have done well, and you see other narratives that haven't done so well. Now, I believe, so looking at this, Raydium, I believe, is a really solid project. This is a decentralized exchange on Solana, where most transactions are going through. Now, this has been up well over $8. I would suggest that if you're going in today, you want to find something like this. I'm going to say that looks to me like a really good entry point for Raydium. So if you do feel you've got to invest something today, that would be exactly the sort of thing I'd be looking at. And I do hold radium. I do hold radium. So looking down there, the things that haven't necessarily pumped. Again, if you believe in Gate, then that could be a good one. I'm not recommending it. I don't hold it. But these are the sort of ones that could be a better entry point if you're going in today. Let's take you to another resource. Now, this is Dexu.ai. And here we go to narratives in the last 24 hours. And we see that because retail is starting to come in now, they love meme coins. I believe, and I've done videos on meme coins, I believe that meme coins are going to be big. I do believe it. But right now, they're pumping. So you can look at what's pumping. Let's go on meme coins and have a little look. These are great resources. This is how you find these things. So what we see is one called Moodeng that has pumped 173%. But this is a 24-hour time frame. I think it's more sensible when you're looking into meme coins to go back. Let's go back 90 days so you can get a bigger picture perspective on where they're at. Or even so, year to date. Here we go. So let's zoom back now. Let's stop looking at 24-hour time frames. Let's look at year to date. We see that meme coins are pumping. So what's happening here? You see Toshi has done really well. Nero, I've never even heard of these ones, or Mochi, they've done well. Now we've got things like SPX. Now SPX is the big one that Murad pumps. Now I've done a video on Murad. That shows you there's still that this one potentially is still a decent entry point, and all of these ones. But if you want to see where the real pumps could come, well, the Trump coin is down 86%. Now, because Trump's in and Trump's crypto friendly, this could represent a good entry point for Trump. Now, I'm not invested in Trump at all. At all. I'm just telling you, this is what I would do if I was looking to get in meme coins now. I would actually suggest that cost meme coins have pumped so much in the last 24 hours that this wouldn't necessarily be the narrative I'd be looking at. What I would do is I'd go back. Let's go back. Let us go back, my friends. We see what isn't pumping at the moment. Centralized exchanges, SocialFi. Now, this is a narrative, AI, that I believe is going to be big. Let's go back year to date and do this. So we see here, DeFi AI is definitely down. So maybe you could find something here because it will pump at some stage. But look, we see AI is not, it's round about the middle. So I'm going to suggest that here's where I'd look because I believe that meme coins and AI and gaming are going to be big narratives. So we could look at GameFi. I'm going to look at AI because I think there's a strong narrative in AI and this will pump at a certain time. And we look at year to date. Now we see here is the biggest AI play, and that's Tau. And we see here that is roughly on roughly it's the only one that's almost breaking even. All the others have room to play. Now, things like Render are very strong. I believe that could be a very strong proposition. So it could be a good entry point on something like Render. Fort, I don't know. I will be honest. Agix, I would need to look in. Now, I did have a small holding in FET. That pumped right at the very beginning of the market and has done nothing since. I think this could be a solid bet. This could be a very solid entry point for something like FET. Now, you know, I've talked about NEAR down 40%. I think that this is a really solid project. This is the second biggest AI play after Tau. So is this a good point? Let's go up. Let's go to 30% and look, even while all this pumping is going on. So we see Tau here. We see that there's three narratives that have surpassed Tau that are pumping harder than the biggest AI play. Now, here's one we talked about, a cash. I think that this could be a solid project only because some very big influencers are pumping this coin or pumped it during the last during the last cycle. Well, I say the last cycle, earlier this year, in fact. So we look at sentiment. There's some great resources on DexU AI, and as you can go as deep as you like into these coins. Sentiment is a big thing, and we see that's on the up now. I mean, also, that's maybe not so big there. But again, there's a lot of tools here to really deep dive on some of these. I think Akash is a good entry point now. In fact, a lot of these are, my friends. It's a lot of good entry points, but you can see with these tools, you can do your own research and find the ones that aren't shooting up today. You want to anticipate. So if I was going in, I mean, we've looked at stuff. We've looked at stuff. If you had to throw your money, if you're like, I want to go in today, I'd be looking at something like Raydium because it hasn't pumped yet. I believe it will. I believe as the volume goes up, Raydium is a very solid project and makes a lot of money because whether you win or lose, you'll be trading on their platform. So that's a solid project. The AI projects, the narrative is not quite as sexy at the moment. But this is how to do your own research, or at least to start to do it. You want to look at the fundamentals, you want to look at sentiment in the space, and you ideally want to catch narratives before they explode. Now, I can tell you almost definitely the AI narrative at some stage is going to go mad because people like Alex Becker are going to talk about it, and then it's just going to absolutely pump. Now, you'll see he talks about Akash Network, Echelon Prime, Tars AI. I did a video on that as well. So all of these narratives, I believe that they will go up, but everything pins on, do you believe we're going into a parabolic bull market, or is this a blow off top for the bear market? And the thing is, you're going to get every influence in their dog giving you hopium. There's a few more grounded people that will give you a bit of caution. But the things that people click on is what they want to see. People follow what they want to see on the YouTube algorithm, and that's really important. So if you believe that your coin's going to go 100x and you keep clicking on videos that's 100x, 100x this is going to hydrate more hopium, then the YouTube algorithm is just going to give you more of it. So at the risk of being put down to the low priority of the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully, this gives you a more rounded view of how to look for coins. But the bottom line is, unless you're really unlucky, for this stage of the bull market, there are going to be gains to be got. But the most important thing of all is to take profit and to have clear idea of when you're going to take profit. I'm going to suggest to you that if you enter now, if you enter today, if you enter now, by the time you hit round about a 5x, you want to start taking some profit. You want to at least take your money back at that point. That way, you can rest assured you could just sit back and watch because most people are going to go all in and they're going to lose a lot. And most retail investors do lose a lot. But if you keep a sensible and grounded approach, and you stop following all of the narratives as they occur and start to anticipate these narratives before they occur, then you're going to have a much better time in this crypto market and the odds are going to be a bit more stacked in your favor. So there you go, my friends. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this has given you some sort of grounded approach of how to find these coins and when to go in. There'll always be a retrace. And I would say wait for that time to happen. But of course, when the bull market goes parabolic every day, it's just going to pump, 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 pump. And that's when everybody gets a panic and jumps in. Ideally, wait for a retrace. Wait for a retrace. Wait until it's red across the board. That's the time to go in. That's the time to go in. So hopefully that helps. And if you've enjoyed this content, then please do subscribe to the channel, especially if you're still watching. You'll get more of my hopefully grounded reporting of the crypto market. And there's another video just there.